The measurement problem. Have you ever been alone in a room and you could have sworn you felt a presence? Not anything scary, necessarily, just a feeling that the empty space around you isn't quite as empty as it seems? That the silence is somehow waiting? For centuries, our greatest minds have been grappling with a feeling just like that. But it's not a feeling about ghosts or spirits. It's a feeling about reality itself, about the very fabric of the universe. And this mystery, this cosmic riddle at the heart of everything, has a name. It's called the measurement problem. And it might just be the strangest, most magical, and most profound secret that science has ever uncovered. Today, we're going on a journey. We're going to peer into the quantum abyss, and we might not like what stares back, but I promise you, it will change the way you see everything. Let's start with a simple question. What is reality made of? If you break down a table, you get molecules. Break those down, you get atoms. Go further, and you find a tiny solar system, a nucleus of protons and neutrons with electrons whizzing around. This is the comforting, clockwork universe we all learned in school. It's solid, predictable. But when physicists ventured further into the realm of the impossibly small, the quantum realm, this comfort vanished. They found a world that operates not on rules, but on probabilities, on potential. Imagine a single electron, not as a tiny ball, but as a ghost, a shimmer of possibility. Before you look at it, it doesn't have a definite location. It's not here or there. It exists as a cloud of could be, a wave of probability spread out across space. Physicists call this a wave function. I like to think of it as a dream. The electron is dreaming of all the places it could be, all at once. Now here's where the magic happens, the measurement problem. When you decide to look at this electron, to measure it, to pin it down with your instrument, something miraculous and terrifying occurs. That spread out cloud of potential, that beautiful dream of all possibilities, instantly collapses. It chooses. One single definite location snaps into existence from the infinite sea of maybes. The act of looking created the reality you were looking for. Think about how insane that is. It's as if you opened your fridge, and until the very moment you peered inside, the milk was both present and not present. It was liquid and solid. It was fresh and sour, all at the same time. And only your glance decided which version of reality you got. This is the measurement problem in its purest form. Why? Why does the act of observation, of measurement, force the quantum world to make up its mind? What is a measurement? Is it a conscious mind? A sophisticated machine? Or is it something else? Something more fundamental to the cosmos? The orthodox explanation, the one in the textbooks, is called the Copenhagen Interpretation. It's practical. It says, look, don't worry about it. The math works. The wave function collapses when it interacts with a macroscopic measuring device. That's just the rule. It's a bit like a parent telling a child, because I said so. It gets the job done, but it doesn't satisfy the soul. It draws a magical, fuzzy line between the quantum weirdness and our classical world, without ever explaining where that line is or why it exists. But what if we don't accept that? What if the universe is far stranger, far more magnificent? This is where we leave the textbook and enter the cathedral of cosmic ideas. One of the most breathtaking answers is the many worlds interpretation. It solves the measurement problem in the most audacious way possible. It says the wave function never collapses. Hear me out. When you measure that electron and it appears to choose a position, it didn't choose at all. Every single possible outcome that was contained within that probability cloud actually happens. The universe splits. In one branch of reality, you see the electron here, and you go on with your life. In another, nearly identical branch, you see the electron there, and a parallel version of you goes on with their life. Every quantum event every flicker of possibility spawns new universes, a cosmic tree of reality, with every possible history playing out simultaneously. In one universe, you're watching this video. In another, you're a famous rock star. In another, dinosaurs never went extinct. It's not science fiction. It's a direct, logical consequence of the equations, if you have the courage to follow them. The measurement problem isn't a problem here. It's an illusion. You're not collapsing possibilities. You're simply writing one branch of an infinite, ever-branching multiverse. You never lose any of the magic. You just gain an infinity of copies. But if that feels too vast, too lonely, there is another path. A path that turns the mystery inward. What if the key ingredient in measurement is consciousness itself? This is a more mystical, more controversial idea. It suggests that the solidity of the world requires a mind to observe it. That, at its core, the universe is pure information, a web of potential, and it requires a conscious observer to crystallize it into reality. The great physicist John Archibald Wheeler called this the Participatory Universe. He said we are not merely bystanders on a cosmic stage. We are participants. Our act of observation is part of the cosmic process that brings the universe into being. It's a loop. The universe creates conscious observers, and conscious observers, through the act of perception, create the universe. This is where physics meets philosophy, and philosophy meets spirituality. It echoes ancient wisdom traditions that claim the world is Maya, illusion, and that consciousness is the fundamental ground of all being. The measurement problem, in this light, isn't a bug in reality's code. It's a feature. It's the mechanism by which the universe becomes aware of itself. Through us. But wait, there's more. What if the problem isn't with our eyes or our machines, but with reality's very structure? Let's consider a third, equally mind-bending possibility: decoherence. This is a more modern take, and it's less about magic and more about leakage. Imagine our electron, dreaming its spread-out dream. Now, it exists in a perfect, isolated quantum state. But the real world is messy. It's flooded with light, with radiation, with the faint whisper of heat from all things. The moment this quantum system bumps into even a single photon of light, it's like throwing a pebble into a still pond. The perfect coherent dream of all possibilities gets jumbled. It decoheres. The information about all those other possibilities doesn't vanish. It leaks out into the environment. It becomes irretrievably entangled with the rest of the universe. What we perceive as a collapse is simply our limited perspective. From our point of view, inside the system, it looks like the electron picked a spot. But from a God's eye view, all the possibilities are still out there, their information smeared across the cosmos. This suggests a truly holographic reality, that every part of the universe contains, in some faint, encoded way, information about the whole. The definite world we see is just the version that has become entangled with us. So, where does this leave us? With a mystery that is still unsolved. We have the pragmatic shut up and calculate of Copenhagen. We have the infinite branching tree of the many worlds. We have the consciousness-crafted universe of the participatory anthropic principle. And we have the leakage and entanglement of decoherence. Which one is true? The beautiful and frustrating answer is that we don't know. The math for all of them works. They are all valid interpretations of the same quantum facts. We are like blind sages touching an elephant, each describing a completely different creature based on the part we can feel. The measurement problem is the crack in the door of perceived reality. Through that crack, we glimpse the blinding, incomprehensible light of what might actually be. It tells us that the solid ground beneath our feet is an illusion, that the world of separate objects and definite events is a kind of user interface for our classical brains, masking a deeper, fluid, and interconnected quantum reality. It's a reality where potential is more fundamental than actuality, where observation is an act of creation, where you might be a multitude, and the universe might be a single, entangled thought. This isn't just physics. This is the ultimate magic show, and we are both the audience and the magicians. The journey to understand this is the greatest adventure of the human mind, and it's a journey we are all on together. If this exploration of reality's deepest secret fascinated you, if it made you look at the world a little differently, then do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and allows us to dive deeper into these cosmic mysteries. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because we have so much more to uncover. From the nature of time to the illusion of space, the rabbit hole goes infinitely deep. And I want to hear from you. What do you think? Does the many worlds idea resonate with you? Or are you drawn to the consciousness theory? Do you have your own mystical interpretation of the quantum world? Let me know in the comments below. This conversation is one of the most important we can have, and your perspective is a vital part of it. Finally, if you are hungry for more, if you want to journey even further down this cosmic rabbit hole and explore how all these ideas might fit into a grand, holographic tapestry of existence, you can check out my book, Holographic Multiverse. In it, we connect these quantum mysteries to the nature of black holes, the Big Bang, and the profound possibility that our entire cosmos is a projection from a deeper, simpler reality. It's a wild ride. The link to purchase it is in the video description below. Thank you for watching. Remember, the universe is not only stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. Keep looking, keep questioning,